Ladies and gentlemen, I have now the honor to welcome Mr. Robert Conway, the CEO of the GSM Association, to come forward to receive the ITU World Telecommunication and Information Society Award. Rob Conway joined the GSMA a decade ago, and in 2003 became a founder member of its board. Under his leadership, the breadth and scope of the GSMA has expanded rapidly, reflecting the growth and success of the mobile phone industry today worldwide. We are highlighting today his efforts to protect children online, in particular, the Mobile Alliance Against Child Sexual Abuse, which was created under his leadership. Rob Conway, I invite you to join me, please. Thank you. Certificate. Thank you. Please.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, it is a great honor for me to be here today to receive the ITU's World Telecommunications and Information Society Award on behalf of the GSM Association. In February last year, the GSMA was proud to announce the launch of its Mobile Alliance Against Child Sexual Abuse content at our Mobile World Congress in Barcelona. The members of our Mobile Alliance include some of the world's largest mobile phone operators, and they stood together to stop an insidious use of mobile technology that is for the unlawful exploitation and abuse of children. At the launch, we were fortunate to have the Secretary General, Dr. Toure, as well as EU Commissioner Viviane Reding, present and support our initiative at the Mobile World Congress. Now, what are we talking about here? As I mentioned, we are talking about the unlawful exploitation of children. We are talking about young children, indeed very young children, the majority of whom are under 10 years of age. We are talking about these young children being sexually abused. We are talking about the pictures of this horrendous abuse being posted online and circulated all over the world every day. Just last week in the UK, it was reported the conviction of a pedophile ring of 9 men who had abused children and had collected over 75,000 digital images of child sexual abuse, which they shared then online. We heard the details of how a 6-year-old child, an 18-month-old child, and a 3-month-old baby were abused by this gang. Now, these men are behind bars, but the images of these children being abused may continue to be available online and be available to other pedophiles unless we and others act. We have acted, and we will continue to act, and we support others who have acted. Online child sexual abuse content has no place on our mobile phones, our PCs, or anywhere else. So what is the aim of the GSMA's Mobile Alliance and its member operators? We aim to obstruct the use of the mobile environment for the consumption of or to profit from child sexual abuse content and halt the spread of this content on mobile. Now today, the problem is largely on the fixed internet. For example, one operator noted an average of 5 million attempts on its fixed line network, but only 25,000 attempts on its mobile network in the same time frame. However, any attempt is terrible and should not be tolerated, and therefore, which is why we're working so hard to block access on mobile. Our Mobile Alliance members support and promote the use of hotlines for customers to report child sexual abuse content on the internet or on mobile services. Members implement notice and takedown processes to enable the swift removal of any child sexual abuse content posted on operator-hosted services, and they block access to websites that are known to contain child sexual abuse content based on lists provided by appropriate agencies or law enforcement. Now, our association, GSMA, provides expertise, toolkits, and critical information sharing on technology, developments, and best practices. We use our Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, where some 50,000 of the leadership in our industry come together, and our Mobile Asia Congress in Hong Kong to highlight developments and vigorously promote the program, as well as our comprehensive industry network. In Europe, many operators are supporting hotlines, have processes in place to remove any child sexual abuse content hosted on their systems, and are restricting access to known sites. Thus, operators like Vodafone, Telefonica, and Orange are working to make sure technical barriers to this unlawful content are in place. Outside Europe, GSMA is increasing awareness and action in the mobile area. In Africa, Mobile Alliance members MTN Group and Vodacom have hotlines and are implementing measures across the African continent. In Latin America, Telefonica Group is raising awareness of the issues and is working with local stakeholders to help develop hotlines and improve the understanding of the legal issues. In Asia, operators like Dialog Telecom in Sri Lanka have launched an initiative to proactively deny access to websites identified as hosting child abuse content in conjunction with the Internet Watch Foundation and the National Sri Lankan Hotline. As the global industry association for the mobile ecosystem of over 750 operator members and many, many more suppliers, we take seriously our responsibility to member customers and to our communities. And we want people to benefit from all the positive attributes of mobile. The battle we are waging today is clearly not a battle we can win alone. We must and do work with other critical players who share a common goal of protecting children from abuse and exploitation online. Therefore, we are most pleased that we are able to work in close cooperation with the ITU's Child Online Protection Initiative. Secretary General, we very much appreciate your leadership and your support for efforts in this area. The very fact that the ITU is recognizing the work in this area is a testament to that leadership. So thank you very much. At GSMA, we are promoting globally a safe experience for children on mobile. We promote age-based classification of content and tools to control its access by parents. We seek to educate users on how to deal with spam, theft, and inappropriate contact, as well as safe and appropriate usage in general. We are working with the European Commission to develop regulatory frameworks covering children's use of mobile. The fruits of this work, experience, and learnings have been contributed to the ITU's draft guidelines for industry. We applaud the ITU's efforts to coalesce the important work of the many players in this area. Now, our efforts in addressing the needs of children to enjoy a safe mobile experience and to block their unlawful exploitation has been quietly led by a dear colleague of mine, Natasha Jackson. Natasha, would you stand up for a moment? Now, I am today here receiving the award, but Natasha is the one who, it has been her passion for the protection of children that has been much of the force behind GSMA's efforts. And I do want to recognize those efforts and encourage her never to lose faith in those efforts and to be guided by her good principles, as they will serve us all well. And so again, Natasha, thank you. Now, tomorrow, Natasha will present more on the industry efforts in the WTISD session on child online protection. So please, if you can, plan to attend that session. So again, thank you to all of you, and thank you in particular, Secretary General.